Okay. Do you want me to present? Hi, everyone.
Yeah, I never know whether I should introduce this properly or not. I need to do a little bit of I need to be a little bit distracted for a minute while I sort of share the link to the stream with the world. Um, but yeah, so we're here. This is the Cucumber New Contributors Ensemble, and this week we've got a new ensemblist, Karla, who's in Brazil. And we've also got Dane, who's become a bit of a regular over the last few weeks. And you're in Florida, aren't you, Dane?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, well, do you two want to explain what it is that we're going to work on and then get started while I sort of do the marketing?
Okay. We are planning to work on this issue that we are facing here on the Cucumber JavaScript. And the goal here is to change the regular expressions that are being used to Cucumber expressions. And I already have here the Cucumber JavaScript on my GitHub, and I have already cloned it. I have here on IntelliJ the project opened. And I also have here the Cucumber expression GitHub. So we can take a look. It probably may be helpful for us to remind us what to use to change the regular expressions.
So what we're going to do first? What we're going to do first? How are we going to get started into this?
I think you need maybe, I don't know how to start. I don't have much experience with TypeScript, so
Dane does.
let's.
We can run the tests, right? Should we confirm that we can run all the tests on your machine?
That's a good start. If everything works as intended.
Yeah, we can always come back to that when if we make a mistake or break something.
Mm-hmm. I'm just making sure my Git repository, my fork has all the latest updates. So
Maybe I should do it too, right? Because I think my 4K.
Yeah, I mean, we made it a few days ago, Karla, didn't we? So it's possible
Yes.
that there's been some changes.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Yeah.
Is there specific files that we have to work on for this? Or it's just anywhere there's a regular expression?
Yeah, so all of the step definitions here in this folder where Karla is. Hey, Blaise is joining us too.
Sorry about that.
Hi, Blaise.
Features, step definitions. All right, cool.
Hi, Blaise. Okay.
All right, cool.
And each of them has these little patterns like you see on line 19 where it says when I run Cucumber.js.
And then there is this one, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's actually already using a
I was saying, isn't that using Cucumber?
that is using a Cucumber expression, because the difference you can see is it's got quotes at either end of it, single quotes, whereas the one on line 19 has got slashes around it, and it's also got all this like dollars and the little carrot hat thing at the beginning of the line. So we could have a go at changing the one on line 19 into a Cucumber expression instead.
So which Git command I need to use to make sure that I have the project updated on my machine? I don't remember right now.
It's git pull, but do you guys do rebasing or non-rebasing?
Well, that would be a choice for us to make. But we also need to make sure that Karla's fork is up to date, because you'll just be pulling from Karla's fork here.
Oh yeah, you'd have to do a. If you do it on GitHub, it's much easier than doing it on the command line.
Okay, so here I am on the cucumber project. I could go to my own, right?
Mhm.
Yep. And you just do fetch upstream.
Where?
In the there you go. Oh, right underneath code.
Right underneath code, the green button code, you'll see fetch upstream right below it.
No, fetch upstream.
Yeah, that's it.
Fetch and merge. There you go. And then you'll go on your. You'll do a git pull. You make sure you're checking out mask main, and then do git pull on that.
Masking out main.
Git
I'm sorry.
checkout main.
Git checkout.
Yeah.
Oh,
That'll.
to check out for changes, right?
Yep. And then you would do git pull. I think you should just be able to do git pull. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, there were some changes. Okay.
Yeah.
I always confuse pull and push.
Oh,
All good.
Okay, so we
And
have
then,
here, we make sure that it's updated, and we need to change this expression. to
Should we go
cucumber
into a separate
expression.
branch or?
How do you guys work
I think
on
that's a
it?
good idea. I think that's a good idea to make a branch.
Yeah, I don't remember how to create branch. I can Google it, but if you
Yeah,
guys
so-
remember,
It's just like check. So it's another git checkout. So git checkout, and then you do a -b.
B or B?
B, yeah, that B, yeah, and then the name of the branch. So I guess whatever you want to call it. I don't
Maybe
know if we have a
something that
specific naming convention.
Maybe refer to the issue that we are working on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is a convention you can do with that. If the only thing is, we might not entirely fix this ticket in this.
This might be an ongoing thing, I guess.
But it's all right. Yeah, so we can use that. So what number is it? 1871.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the number.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't just call it 1871. I'd probably call it fix-1871. I tend to use
What?
you can use a hyphen, like a dash.
Oh, dash fix.
Yeah. And I tend to use quite long-winded branch names myself. So so what would be 187? What are we doing? Replace regex with cucumber expressions. Don't forget that hyphen.
Yeah, no spaces.
Expressions.
Yeah, that
Karla,
would do.
like-
Lovely. Yeah.
you can also copy from the text from the chat.
Oh, thanks, Blaise. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you. Let me open here the chat. Okay, but I will. Thank you so much. I will use what you send. Bug fix. Okay.
Hey.
Okay. So let's start changing, right? So first of all, let's see if I remember correctly, right? We have here I ran cucumber JS, and here is the most part of regex, right?
Yeah.
If you remember correctly, this symbol here says that it's the end of the string, right?
Yeah, the end of the
And-
pattern. Yeah.
Yeah, and the plus signs says that we need to have one dot, at least one dot in the string, in the pattern.
Well, dot is a special character as well, because dot means any character.
Right.
Oh, so any character, so we can have one or more character, but we need at least one, right?
Yeah, and also the fact that it's got parentheses around it means it's being captured. So it's going to be passed into this function as a
Parameter.
variable. Yeah, as a parameter. Yeah.
So,
Thank you. I lost my words then for a minute.
It's okay. We help each other here. So I think the cucumber expression would be start with I run cucumber GS, right? I didn't get here. We have parentheses here, and I don't remember if this is a regular expressions or if the parentheses is part of the expression I run cucumber.
Yeah, those I think. Well, does anybody else speak regular expressions enough to interpret those?
Yeah, yeah. So the regular expression, when you have the parenthesis and the question mark, that's like creating like a little subroutine, like a little group, what they call it, a group. So it essentially means resolve the things within that, and then the result of that becomes part of the bigger pattern.
Oh.
Yeah, I think in this case that that group, because it's got the question mark at the beginning of it,
Yeah.
I think it's a way to make that bit optional. So
Yeah.
I think it's a way that it would match on either I run cucumber.js or I run cucumber.js with some parameters. That's my guess. And actually what I wonder about is whether we should split this into 2 steps. So we can just have a simple one that says when I run cucumber.js, and then we have another one that says when I run cucumber.js with some arguments. Because this is quite fancy, the fact that it can work for both cases, but it also makes it a bit complicated. And actually it's doing some unnecessary stuff in the case where we don't pass it any command line parameters. There's a whole load of mustache render stuff going on inside this function that we don't need to do at all.
Karla, if you like, in a separate tab or a separate window, you can open up regex 101, and that's a handy way to put in to see if your regex does what you think it should do.
Yeah, it's a pretty good tester.
It's like a little.
What do you suggest? Oh, reject 1.1. Let me open here.
Yeah.
Oh, you already linked it.
Yeah. That way, you can kind of get a little reality check.
Okay. I was interpreting based on Blaise explanation. We could have multiples with. I run cucumber.js with A, with B, with C, right? I don't.
Yeah, but that can be the long regex patterns can become difficult to understand later on.
Yeah, they're very much a.
I never
most
use
people just tend to
regex
one person writes it
101.
and then nobody really deals with it afterwards.
Yeah, it's like write once, never maintain kind of a thing.
I never use it.
I think because there's other characters in it, like you have these. I would get rid of those beginning parts. Yeah, the beginning and okay, maybe the quotes in between. I think you should be able to get rid of those.
And also the I run cucumber.
Yeah, you might have to get rid of that too.
You can get rid of that. Yeah, and see how it highlights it below. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, no. If you like, you can keep it in your input. What you'll notice, if you like, you can keep it in the test string. The test string is like your whole body of data, your input.
Okay, I run. Control Z.
There you go.
Yeah, and you'll notice how it highlights the part that matches. down below.
Okay.
Yeah, see, so that way you can kind of see, you can adjust to make sure that you're capturing what you want in your, yeah. This is why cucumber expressions are really nice, because you don't have to then get into regex, which is a nightmare.
And it highlights the different groups that it captures too. So how he was talking about groups earlier, you can see that there's a group. There's two groups, the one with and the one with A with B.
Yeah.
So
See how it says group one, group, yeah, exactly. The little,
because it's the second group that
Exactly.
represent. Okay.
so
Okay.
our goal is to basically replace this with a string, right? Because I'm reading at the documentation how the regular the cucumber expressions work. So
we can take a look here of how cucumber could help us here. Anonymous.
I think string.
Yeah.
I was debating string, but I think
Go ahead.
I think string is the right one because it's not just a single word. It might have
Yeah.
gaps in it. If you can have a look at some examples of how it's used as well. If you look in the feature files, you'll soon see what a step that uses this.
Feature file.
Yeah. So if you go back to the code
Okay.
and have a look in the features, just pick any of the features. Yeah. So you can see there on line 17. There's an
so there's
example
some
of
in there
this
already.
being used.
Okay.
So the point is that we're passing like the command line arguments that you would pass to Cucumber.js. That's what that capture group is for.
Okay.
What
So
I
we
would
can-
try doing, Karla, is just exactly do that. You'll need the backticks. You'll need the backticks around the string because that's part of the
back
ways.
what?
Those the little quote marks that are sort of but you need them outside of the that's it, yeah.
Oh, I got it.
On my keyboard, they're next to the one. I'm not sure what it is like on a Brazilian keyboard. Yeah, Blaise
It's
has
this one, right?
paste-
That you want.
Yes.
I don't think it is
No,
that one.
you know what? It's hard on the Brazilian keyboard. It's on the Portuguese. Let's see. It's the
It's the symbol here that you want.
Yeah,
Or-
it's
Yeah,
that
she was
one.
doing
Yeah,
it.
you can
She-
copy
she-
it.
That's Control C, Control V.
Right,
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah,
I think
exactly.
it.
Yeah, try that.
I think.
Try that.
Okay.
So then you can just
I-
delete line 20.
Yeah, that should be good if we're assuming that we always want the width to be there.
I was going to say
Yeah.
that. So math suggests us for doing two different ones, right?
Yeah, I think we should try running it like this and see how many cases there are that use the other one as well.
Just npm test, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Oh, you need an npm install. We didn't actually run npm test since we did the git pull, did we?
No.
So we
you
need
probably
to
have to do
let's
npm install.
change the dependency there.
Okay. You guys can see well my terminal. I can maybe increase the font size if you need.
No, I'm fine, but if
Yeah.
anyone else wants it to be increased.
I forgot to put a comma here, right? That's what's
Yeah,
Same,
that would
right?
be needed. Yeah.
Problem.
yeah.
Mhm.
I will save and run the npm test again.
Oh yeah, there's supposed to be a comma there.
This is an exciting bit.
Yeah.
I wonder what's
It's
going to
nice
happen
to see a
here.
bunch of them pass.
Yeah, we haven't really got to the bit that runs these ones though yet. It
Oh, I
comes
see.
in a minute. It's just run all the unit tests and stuff. Here we go. This is running the features now. Okay, yeah, so there's quite a few coming up as undefined, I think, because I saw that yellow. So let's scroll up and have a look at the output. What's it saying? So this isn't capturing 255 of them aren't working with the string. So that's fascinating, actually. That's fascinating. So it tries to create an example for you. You see it's got that like float hyphen world parameters. So obviously the minus sign at the beginning. It's interesting. So it doesn't count that as a string. I really would have thought that would have worked.
Yeah.
When I run Cucumber.js
strange.
with... We definitely got the backticks right, haven't we?
But
Yeah.
it should have. Oh, because there is width.
Yeah.
On our.
Well, we could try that. We could at least get rid of some of these by doing that one that I suggested. If we just copy paste the whole of this step and do a simple one without the width.
Without string also, right?
Yeah, yeah, just when I run Cucumber.js, yeah. And then I think we can get rid of... So there won't be an arg string on line 21 now, because that... See, the function's passed into the... We always get this world, but the arg string we won't get anymore. And then that means...
The last 24, you want to get rid of that string args. If you can, I don't know if that function requires
or just
that.
pass an empty string maybe if it won't let us. But and then I think you don't need any of those first two lines, 22 and 23. We can just get rid of because they're just about dealing with the args, which we don't have. Yeah.
Let's see if it works.
Yeah, and if you run, instead of running npm test, try running npm run feature hyphen test. And that's the particular name. It's
what?
Dash. Feature dash test. All one word. Feature dash test. Yeah, that should run the Cucumber tests. Just the Cucumber tests and not run all of the other stuff before it.
Okay.
Okay. So where's that then? Right, so that's because we didn't pass the second parameter to this dot run, I think.
And
so why don't we just
that
pass...
run requires...
Yeah. Yeah, well, you
no,
maybe an empty string would be safer.
Yeah, it looks like it's expecting... Looks like it's expecting a string array. Is that what the input works on? I'm just reading the
an array.
Right. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Dane. So actually, an empty array is what we should pass, not an empty string. Yeah.
So how do I send an empty array on TypeScript?
Just do two brackets, two square brackets. So I don't know where they would be on your key.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Yeah.
Amazing, Karla. You've never written any TypeScript before.
No, never.
Amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Doing good.
Yeah.
So I can run right now, right?
Yep. npm run feature test. Beautiful.
So we had 255 last time, didn't we? Now we should have less, I hope. Do you know how many? Does it say at the bottom how many?
Putting money down on how much it's going to be more.
I think it was 700 and some total.
$99.
Yeah, so that's better. So we got it down from 255 to 99, but we still need to fix these last few, or these last 99.
So the last few, they use dash in the beginning of the string, right?
With a backtick. No? Oh, no.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm fascinated. Aslak suggested in the ticket, there's a sort of a Cucumber Expressions 101, a bit like the regex 101.
Oh, that's right. Of course.
That we could use to play around with what pattern will work to match these steps. So we could grab.
That's the one to use. Yes.
We could grab an example from a feature file and then play with it. I can put the link in the chat if you want. It's in the GitHub repo.
Yeah, I dropped
Cucumber
it.
Expressions.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, nice cucumber expression. So
Oh, yes.
what
They're going to need to add
will-
the backticks back in, it seems. Or we'd have to have one that has the backticks in it so it captures that.
You could try the text from the error message.
Yeah, that's a good one.
like
So
this.
I would
no,
ignore
the-
that one because that's the one that
the one
Cucumber's
above
tried its
it.
best to generate, which is wrong.
Yeah. When I run Cucumber.js with, and then it says the
There's about two or three lines above where you were copying, Karla.
First
Yeah.
yellow line.
yeah, the first one. Yeah.
The whole thing.
Whole thing. Whole thing.
Everything including
The whole
that,
thing?
that backtick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
except
yeah.
the except the question mark.
Yeah, perfect. That can be your sample data in the second box.
In the text. Yep. Ooh, we got this.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then up above, you do your pattern.
I think did you
which
just
is-
delete
yeah,
something
when I
Karla, at the
run-
end?
What?
I thought I saw
Pattern.
you delete something when you pasted it into the text box. So maybe I'm wrong.
Let me see here if
Oh,
I
no,
got it
no, you
needed.
didn't.
Oh, I did it.
Yeah, we do need that last
Yeah.
backtick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what?
So in
I
fact,
write-
you should also delete the when, because that's part of the gherkin. So the step, yeah, exactly. The step starts at I. The steps because the gherkin keyword is not included in the pattern.
I would do what we kind of had before. So you have the where or I run Cucumber.js with. So we had that before, and then
In the
you
blue.
would do backticks around the string, right?
Mm.
Would that capture it? I'm just curious if that would capture it. I don't know if that'd be the proper.
Should we did make an attempt in the step definition file, didn't we? So we could copy and paste that one
Yeah.
from your VS Code window, Karla. Where
Yeah.
is it? Like what's on line
27.
27? Yeah.
In the blue. Okay. Nice.
So I guess we do need to get rid of the quotes around that one. So
In the blue. Yeah.
yeah, not
no,
the
at the very end.
backticks, but the sort of surrounding single quotes, because that was just the string in JavaScript. Okay, so I guess it's telling us it's not matching. I don't know this tool very well, but it's doesn't seem happy yet.
It does not seem happy.
Let's just make a test here. It should. Oh, do you know what should happen?
Yeah, they'll both light up blue if it matches. Try putting backticks around testing. Yeah, it doesn't like those backticks, does it? I wonder if we have to escape them. Maybe try putting them in the cucumber expression. Put a backslash in front of the backtick.
Does it accept that?
Maybe the other direction? Oh, I guess not. No, okay.
That's weird.
No, I meant in the cucumber expression.
Oh.
But you know, I'm trying it out here, and I'm able try replacing string with testing. Just put the hard-coded word in. Yeah, and obviously we don't have backticks now in the text, so you try putting the backticks in the text as well. Yeah, so that matches. But it won't let us put a string capture inside it, seems like.
Nice error box there.
Try instead of you're going to need those backticks in the cucumber expression because we've got backticks in the main one, I think. Try word instead of string. So that's working. There's something.
Let's see with dash.
Oh. Doesn't like.
Spaces also.
Well, because they're more than one word. Yeah, there.
Yeah,
It's
word
like-
word is only one thing.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe cucumber has like a plus that this we use for regular expressions. I think that's options to have one or more.
Ah, so look, string matches single quoted or double quoted strings. So string is we actually haven't got a parameter type for this.
What happens if you just make it empty? Out of curiosity, just don't put word in it. Yeah, just take that out. Okay. So that captures anything. So at least that's what the documentation says, that just takes anything. So that might be.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's cool.
I mean, I could be wrong. That's just what I'm reading. Right now.
So would that work then? Should we try that in the
Let's
test?
try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's entry remove the string, right? Let's try it. Fingers crossed.
Certainly makes it easier to read.
Yes.
For sure.
It's looking good.
I think that documentation kind of has to be changed for string because it's weird that it doesn't accept this sort of character because it doesn't have the quotes.
Yeah, it actually we could change it to also work with backticks, and then we could have used it because if it allowed backticks as a delimiter.
There we go.
As well as
That's everything
quotes.
passing, right?
Wow. You did it, Karla.
I think this is worthy of a
We
commit.
did it.
Yeah.
We did it. Should we make a commit?
I think so.
Hey, go for
Already?
Yeah.
Yeah,
my God.
small commits are a really good thing to do, I think. So we've got back to green tests. We haven't fixed all of the regular expressions, but we've changed one of them.
So don't check anything out.
Oh yeah.
No?
Yeah,
Okay,
you
so
first
what
thing,
I
basically what we want to do is add the files that we changed, and then we make a commit that tells it that this is specifically what we want to push, and then we
Okay.
push it. So
I think your IntelliJ has something that helps here to add, right?
you
Conversion.
you could use that. I don't know if you want to add those unversioned files. I don't know what those are.
I don't believe
None of
you.
those look like, they all look like temporary files or even files that are.
They might get ignored, to be honest.
Yeah. But the CLI steps is what we've been working on. Yeah.
Yes, it's the only one that we have changed manually here. So okay, so is there is any template to use to from message to commit the
We'll edit that.
modifier?
If you just type in git commit, it will launch. It will open up a commit window.
I think this is the commit window here, Blaise, right?
Yeah.
In the
Beautiful.
IDE.
Oh, okay.
WebStorm, is this WebStorm? I'm using WebStorm too, but this looks like it might be IntelliJ.
It's IntelliJ.
Basically the same thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
luxurious. So what we want to do is we want to say, what do you think, Matt? Something like replaced regular expression.
Yeah. I mean, so when you're writing a commit message here, you have to try and find the first line has to be short, right? The GitHub recommends less than 50 characters. So we haven't got a lot of room to describe what we're doing here.
Do you want? What do you think? If you like, you can copy the text that I dropped in there, and Matt can make suggestions.
replace reject with cucumber. Is it necessary to make it clear that we just changed this one about running Cucumber.js?
No,
Yeah.
no,
That would be
the git blame will be on the specific files or the specific lines of code. So
yeah, the other thing we could do though, so if you want to hit enter a couple of times, Karla, so you leave one blank line, and then here we could write a bit that said we decided to split the step definition into two. It's step definition is what we call these, right? Just to explain what we did and why we did that. Because
so how do we identify the step definition?
Blaise is a faster typer than me.
We decided to split the step definition into two.
Yeah, we decided to split the step definition into two.
The step.
Oh wow, yeah.
The step.
Yeah, I thought it was best.
So that the patterns would be simpler, because I think it would be quite difficult to do that sort of optional. Cucumber expressions give you a certain amount of optional stuff, like if you have a word that might be plural or not, like if you had
parentheses, right?
given I have 5 dogs, you can put brackets around the S on the dogs, and then it makes it optional. So I don't know, maybe we could put brackets around the with. Maybe. I guess we could try that just to see if it works actually. So you could comment that one out.
How do I? Is the same?
Yeah.
Yes, it's the same as Java.
You've also got, I think there's a keystroke in your editor where you press like Control / and that should comment out all the lines
Control or
highlighted.
Command depending on what you do.
It is parentheses or brackets.
Yeah, parentheses. Yeah, and I think you'll need to also have the space between the Cucumber.js and the with inside of the parentheses, if you see what I mean. Because, so remove the space outside of the parentheses, because there's only going to be one space when it's there, and it'll be,
Oh. Interesting. Okay.
So we could try that.
Yeah,
let's
the
run test and
parentheses might
see.
work.
No. An optional may not contain a parameter type. Yeah, it doesn't like it. And this is so this is because it doesn't want us to be having a parameter type in a parameter inside of an optional bit. And this is Cucumber
That's
Expressions
true.
being kind of opinionated. And actually I appreciate this. Like, it's forcing us to not be too clever. And we have to have something a bit simpler, which is what we're about to say.
Because then you
about.
might, in the code, you'd have to take into consideration there may or may not be a string in there. So we do that too. It's like if something's undefined or true, you can't just pass it in and expect it to work.
So we're back to, we can write our commit message as we did. We
Just
decided
double
to-
checking.
Good for you. Always run the tests just in case.
I like to not do it and see what happens. I like to live on like
Just
the
push
edge.
it. Just push
Wow.
it and wait until
Straight
one
to
of your
master,
colleagues
no
gets upset.
remain, no
You only live once.
basically gotta charge my laptop.
Oh,
Oh man,
I think
one week
Dane-
I was pairing with Dane. It was just me and Dane, and his laptop died, and it took him about 15 minutes to reboot it, and it was just me on the stream. And then it turned out later that I hadn't wired up my microphone properly, so it was just me on the stream with no audio. It's like the worst video ever.
You could do a fish tank.
What's a fish tank?
I mean, just an aquarium. Just
Oh, yeah, it would have been more
watching
interesting.
Yeah.
It would have been a lot more interesting.
okay. So it's still working. Do you want to improve the commit message?
Well, so there's
here?
one thing we can do. Blaise, do you want to show Karla how to do the co-authored by thing?
Oh yeah. Oh, I think. Let's see. In IntelliJ, I think you can do it when you do. How did I do that? I run PyCharm, which is similar. Oh, maybe you just have to put it in. There's some tags. Let me look those up. Hang on.
Oh,
There's probably an
Oh,
example in an old commit. So
You
what we
can
can do,
prefer-
Sorry, Karla, go on.
okay. I don't know if the challenge here is to do add the tags here because I'm using IntelliJ. I can use it or Commander.
No, we can do it.
type
We
of
can do it
command
in that box.
Fine.
Fine. What we can do is we can add
Here we go.
a few lines in the bottom of the commit message, which will show that we were making this commit together in a group rather than it just being one person. And then when the commit's on GitHub, you'll actually see like all 4 of our avatars against the commit, which is quite cool.
That's an example.
So here's an
of-
example, look, that Blaise has just pasted in the chat window. Can you see it? Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
And
Hi,
then you
Dan,
need-
and welcome back.
Yeah, see, YOLO. I work on a laptop that barely functions.
So maybe I'll type mine. Everybody type their own
Yes, please.
in, and then Karla can copy paste them.
Do I need to add my own here?
No,
No.
yours is going to be in
No,
there by
yours-
default anyway, as long
Yeah.
as your Git is set up for that. You can type, what is it, git config.
Perfect.
I don't know if it's configured my user Git user.
Yeah,
here.
you can
Maybe,
you can
maybe
say
it's my reference.
oh, that's what I was wondering about. You can say git config on the terminal. Do git config user.name.
It should have worked because she wouldn't have been able to pull if her user wasn't
It's-
configured, right?
Well, it might be if it's a partner's that user, that might work as well. Git config user dot name. Maybe I should type that in the chat as well.
Config dot.
I'll paste in the chat. Oh, Blaise has done it. Blaise has done it in the chat.
Blaise is a fast typer.
He is.
Yes.
He's typing
so
faster than I can
Oh,
think.
it's my boyfriend's. Yeah. So
Nice.
I
Good.
don't want. Oh, it's
that's
here
someone
is my partner's user here. I'm using his notebook.
Oh,
So, so how do I do it?
Well,
order to not
possibly the
change-
easiest thing is if you just add yourself as a co-author as well, and then your boyfriend's going to get a bit of credit for this commit.
I mean, she could. I mean, she could change the config. His config username equal to.
It's true. Yeah.
Uh,
And you could even
perfect.
do it locally, right? So it would store it just inside of this.
Just for this
inside of
specific repo.
You're right. Let's do
I
it.
prefer to just change for this repo. So if I don't change anything else for him.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. We can do that.
let me get the right syntax for you.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going to type git config -- local.
Yeah, you want to get the local. You don't want to get the global one.
And then I think you're probably going to say like use it. So do that what you just typed in, but then you're going to add.
It should be the config user.name, and then it should be like the. Okay, yeah. Blaise just put it up.
No, it's wrong. Local. Sorry.
Yeah, don't do global. That would mess up the.
Yes.
Yeah, so git config
So I
local,
would-
and then use it.
I would get credit for his work on his work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
No,
that'd be
no, no.
interesting.
So local, my username. I need to double check my username on GitHub.
It actually
Which
doesn't
would,
have to match, but it's good if your email address matches because it'll use
Yeah,
that to,
I think the important
tie
one
up
is
to
actually your
your-
email.
yeah, it uses that to type to your
Kind of.
avatar.
Because it's gonna want both your username and your email.
So actually, it shouldn't be your username here, Karla. It should be your real name, like your first name, last name, and put quotes around it.
and also add the user.name.
Aye, yeah.
Just let me double check here. How is my name? Sometimes I use my middle name, sometimes I don't. So I always forget if I'm using my middle name. Yes, I'm using my
Yeah. What I meant is after local, do user.name.
So
Oh,
not
user.name.
yeah, because you need to tell it what you need to tell Git what the config key is, and then the value. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, that should be good.
Awesome. And then you also need to do user.email in the same way.
Perfect.
I need to put the symbol here or not.
No, that's
You're
good.
you're good.
That looks good. Yeah.
Okay.
And you can just for yeah, you can do now. If you do git config -l, it will show you all of the config that you have. Git config, -l.
I'm sorry, can you repeat? Config. Okay.
Yeah, config instead of username, just git config, and it'll just list out the config that we've got set now, so we can just see what we've,
There you go.
done.
Here's my boyfriend's and
And
here's
then
mine.
that's
Okay.
yours, sort of overriding it, hopefully.
It should.
Yeah. And even if it
I know.
doesn't, we can fix it later because you can do a git config amend and change the author name. So this is
Yeah, you could take credit for someone else's work. It's pretty cool.
Oh my god, no. Okay, so I can. If I press this button, maybe it will work. The commit. I
yeah,
have
maybe it will
select
work.
here
Let's
the
try
change.
it.
Now you have to push it.
Oh, I had the button here, commit and push, or do I
You
just
may as well
give
do it in the command line. So yeah,
commit push?
you have to specify the.
The branch.
Yep, it'll tell you where to what to do, or what to copy paste.
Yeah.
We need
Because
to
yeah,
upstream.
there's no upstream, so you need to specify where it's pushing to, basically.
You just need to do this once, and then it'll work.
Yeah, it'll typically always remember for this specific branch.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna ask her to verify her account, basically.
Yeah.
I'm testing my memory here.
Oh, that's right. They got rid of that because GitHub is smart sometimes.
Yeah. So that's interesting. So this is the first time you've tried to push from this machine to a
Yes.
repo. So we might need to
You're
stop.
gonna have to get an SSH key.
Yeah, we might need to stop the stream for a minute if we're going to copy and paste personal access tokens. But we could do it. SSH keys would be the way to go, right, Dane?
Yeah, that's what everyone does now.
Yeah. So we'll have to change the Git remote to be a SSH remote as well, rather than a HTTP one. But we can do that.
Yep.
Do you follow what we're talking about, Karla?
I'm a little bit lost.
Yeah.
I'm happy
So-
to.
You're gonna have to go to your settings and set up a personal access token.
Oh, you're gonna do that? Then we want to cut the recording for sure.
Yeah, you're gonna want to not show this on
I'll
screen.
stop the stream right now, just for a minute. Sorry, viewers. We'll be right back after this bit of security. Oh, hold on a minute. Actually, OBS is hanging as it does.
OBS is like, nah, I want to show it.
Oh man.
So
There we
Karla,
go. Okay.
we're
stop
going to
streaming.
do a quick and dirty fix